Ready Check Radio. What's up, Internet? It's Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That means it's time once again here on Ready Check Radio for the Relic Grind, our Final Fantasy XIV Square Enix podcast. And man, we got a special one today. It is time for round 2 of Final Fantasy Jeopardy. MrHappy already locking his spot in a month or so ago in our Tournament of Champions. Today we will find out who takes the number 2 spot. I'm your host, Mike Byrne. Of course, if you are watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Audible, iTunes, wherever else we have it, we appreciate it. While you're there, give us a like, give us a subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff that helps drive the old engagement. And if you like what you see, make sure you're telling all your friends. It's the easiest, fastest, and in fact, the freest way you can support what we do here. I'm Mike Byrne. We've got a wonderful show for you today here. We've got, of course, Chronos, of course, Tarkoth, but we're also here with our special guest competitor, the Ginger One himself, Brian Ginger Prime. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for having me back on the show.
Always a pleasure. So we had you
number 2.
Yeah, we had you last time talking about the actual Final Fantasy XIV game and all that fun stuff. We're still in that little kind of doldrum, right? We got a live letter coming up in about 7 days here and then a couple of weeks before the next patch. So not a lot of news. We're going to take the opportunity to lock in some Final Fantasy Jeopardy. Chronos,
before we jump into that, I want to know, then this is panel to all y'all. What is like the thing you're most excited about with 6-1? Because you said it right. We're like maybe, 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away?
Yeah, 3-ish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm going to answer for Chronos.
You can answer for it. You already know the answer.
An ultimate. A new ultimate.
Yeah, I'm excited about the ultimate. 100%.
Dude, I think y'all have been like just the fact they got delayed. It's like I hope it's everything you've ever wanted it.
It's been a long time.
It has.
It's like I saw like the meme on the internet. I think when they announced it, it's like it's been 1,000 years.
How long? Well, yeah, because how long have I waited?
Yeah.
That's such a good line in the trailer. But yeah.
Personally, I'm probably looking forward to MSQ more than I've ever really looked forward to MSQ, only because this is the kickoff, right? This is where we start to see things go in a slightly different direction. But are we going to get like really deep involved into it? No, probably not. But this has got to go from 6-1 all through 6-5 and everything. So, but this is the kind of first MSQ since, for me, at least personally, since a realm of the launch of A Realm Reborn, where it's like I didn't have a basic idea where the story was going to go.
Exactly. So
and that's exciting to me.
That is the for me, like, to jump in on my own question, Myth of the Realm, like the Alliance.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
Because what's the one thread that I've been like, who are the 12? What are the 12? Like, we've had this since 1.0, and that it's just starting. So just like with the 6.1 story, like, are they going to be connected in some way? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of hope, anticipation, and excitement.
Prismind in chat, right with you. What about you, Tark?
I was going to go Myth of the Realm. Some 24-man fun. Always a blast that first week, and I want to know what the story is. God, I hope it's something better than Nier.
Oh, yeah. I was excited by Nier, but then ultimately I'm like, I feel like I'm playing an advertisement, and Nier's good in and of itself.
Yeah.
So I was like, at the end of the day,
I've said that on this show before. It's like, every time I did the Nier raids, I was like, I should just log off and go play Nier.
Exactly.
I've said that on the show before, that every time I've done it, it's like, I should just go play Nier. These fights are better in Nier.
We get
all right, so
Criterion dungeon too, right? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To see how the scaling works.
We don't even know what those are. We don't even know what that means, right?
We have no idea. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so here we go. In a minute, you're going to see the Final Fantasy Jeopardy board pop up. Gentlemen on the panel, there'll be some music and stuff, so forgive me for silence on your end for just a few seconds while we, make it presentationally fun. The gentlemen do have their buzzers. Let's test them one more time to make sure you are on the right window of your desktop. Everybody, I did see your buzz. Ginger Prime, you won that buzz, just so you know. Just so you know.
I wasn't even ready.
It is Jeopardy rules. We will be playing one round with one round of Final Jeopardy. You do lose money for getting a question incorrect, and even if you get a question correct, but you refuse to frame it in the form of a question, it will be considered incorrect, and you will lose that dollar amount anyway. Other players will have a chance to buzz in after I reset the buzzers on a missed question. Whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins and joins Happy in the finals. Now, this is, as of course, let's put the disclaimer on it, all of the questions are researched by me and solely by me. So if there is an error in any question, that is 100% my fault. I do double and triple check these, so I don't believe we will have any. But if for some reason we end up having one, as long as it doesn't impact the actual winner or loser, deal with it. It's a YouTube show that I'm not getting paid for.
That is the best. I need to get that as a soundbite. Like, just deal with it.
And finally, as we put the disclaimer on last time, this is a friendly game. This is not to impugn on anybody's Final Fantasy nerd cred. Get over yourselves. They're video games. We're all here to have fun, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of it today. So let's go ahead.
What is this BS that you're talking about? I call shenanigans.
I do too.
Ginger's like, oh no, my cred is
from
totally.
Last time, so it's okay.
Hey, yeah, you two, Chronos and Tark, is redemption time for you. This is your last chance to make the finals. So we will have one more round next month with 3 guests. Totally new panel. So you got to make it if you're going to get it here. So let me bring up the board.
I'm gonna buy one of those like glasses with the nose and the mustache. I'll show up as Dave. You won't even know.
And making a rare appearance, Dave.
All right, here we go. Let's cue up some music here.
Oops. Trigger finger there.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. That's a throwback for some of you wrestling favorites out there. Welcome to the Relic Grind, Final Fantasy XIV Square Enix podcast, presenting Final Fantasy Jeopardy. Let's get ready to see who makes the next Tournament of Champions. Let's do it!
What a maneuver!
Gentlemen, you got your buzzers ready. We are all set to go. Let's go ahead and see the categories. Masterful Pixels. Building a Fantasy. The contestants can't hear it, but there is totally voiceover for this.
Aw.
Limit breaks. Name that game. We rolled ahead of time. Mr. Ginger Prime did win the roll. You will have control of the board. Remember, this is only one round. You won't be playing 2. Okay. That's for the finals. My mom is at home playing along with the real Jeopardy, apparently. Masterful Pixels, Building a Fantasy, Iconic Baddies, Limit Breaks, Calling All Classes, and Name That Game. Brian, my friend, the board is yours. What category and what dollar amount would you like to kick us off with?
Can I go Calling All Classes for 200?
Calling All Classes for 200. This class uses jumping and spears to attack, and I have already asked you before we started this show, for the sake of it being also available on audio podcast format, could you please let me finish reading the question? And you know what's funny, Ginger? Yes, you buzzed in, but you didn't win.
I was the only person that didn't buzz in.
Chronos is the only one that actually played by the rules. Tark, you did buzz in and managed to win this one. So I'm going to give you the chance to answer, but I'm going to read the full question for any audio-only listeners. But from here on out, if you buzz in early, you're disqualified from answering the question. This class uses jumping and spears to attack, and in Final Fantasy XIV will 100% find a way to jump clean off of a battlefield.
What is a Dragoon?
It is what is a Dragoon. We'll give Tark $200. Nicely done. You freaking weirdos.
Weirdos. Yep.
Oh, no, it's sorting. No, don't do that. What is going on? Don't sort. Ugh, hold on. My scoreboard is moving scores. Who gets the emote? How should the players be sorted? Alphabetically. There we go. Now, is that right? No. Now it moved, people.
Uh-oh.
I'll take the 200.
No, you don't get the 200. You don't get the 200. This is Prime. That's Tark. There we go. Fixing things on the fly. Maybe. Can I get that to stay there?
Hashtag professionalism.
Hashtag totally airing on NBC.
Well, you'd have a lot more people to blame, so that's, if you're hosting it.
True. I'd be like, it's producer's fault. Producer's fault. All right, now I think the scoreboards are correct. Tarkoth, that means the board is now yours.
Calling all classes for 400, please, Bob.
Continuing the category. Charming pets was a great way to do BCNMs in Final Fantasy XI using this class. Would help if I yeah, there we go. Go ahead, Ginger.
What is a Beastmaster?
That is correct. It is indeed what is a Beastmaster. So 400 for Ginger, and yes, that showed up in the right spot on the board. Good.
I'm going to go with a little bias there, putting questions that only he would have the answer to.
Empty. The answer to every question is not what is dark magic. Please. All right, Ginger, the board is yours.
Let's go name that game for 200.
Name that game for 200. This strategy-based Final Fantasy spin-off on the original PlayStation is one of the most desired games to receive the remake treatment. Chronos.
What is Final Fantasy Tactics?
It is, in fact, what is Final Fantasy Tactics. Chronos on the board. 3 questions in. Everybody has points. What is dark magic? What is dark magic? Chronos, the board is yours, my friend. Next category, please.
I'll do same category, 400.
Name that game for 400. This Final Fantasy title sports a mostly female cast and kicks off with a full party of female playable characters. Ginger, wow, that was really close. Go ahead, Ginger.
Final Fantasy X-2.
It is, in fact, Final Fantasy X-2. 400 more for the Prime one. Perfect. All right, scoreboard's totally functional. Nice. We're revealing Val in all of her animated glory. Special thanks to resident artist here at Ready Check Radio for all of our Jeopardy assets and all of our show assets as well. So, Ginger, the board is yours, sir.
Let's stick with the same category. Name that game for 600.
Oh, they're going to take the easy way out, huh? IGN may have reviewed this Final Fantasy IV additional story with an 8 out of 10, but most users consider it to be a bit lackluster. Chronos.
Final Fantasy IV, The After Years.
It is, in fact, Final Fantasy IV, The After Years. Chronos enjoying 600 bones. And Chronos, that puts... Oh, did he not?
Did I not? Yeah, honestly, if I didn't,
Chat, did he? If he didn't, no, it's not Fallout 3. Did he say what is? Oh, we might have to go back and watch the replay.
I honestly don't remember if I said it or not.
All right, we're gonna give you a yellow flag. We're gonna give you a yellow flag. Or a yellow card.
I got a little jealous because I could. I couldn't remember the after years tag. Like I was like Final Fantasy IV something moon shot.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just play a yellow card on the field, and we all need to pay better attention for that. Chronos, you tied yourself up with Ginger Prime. Tark, lagging behind a little bit, but it's still anybody's game at this point. Chronos, you're bored. What do you want?
You got to reset the buzzers, by the way. But I'll take the same category for 800.
Name that game for 800. What can I say? Imagine fighting summons in the style of Monster Hunter on the 3DS, and you kind of have the idea of this Final Fantasy spin-off. Ooh, Ginger.
What is Final Fantasy Explorers?
Oh, look at you. Nicely done for 800. What is Final Fantasy Explorers?
I had to make sure I said what is, because I was like, is he saying what is? It was like Brian just goes in and is like, nope.
That's an underrated game. Honestly.
You are, what is 7-Eleven? No, it's not 7-Eleven. Ginger, the board is yours, and apparently I forgot to take the MMO Bomb logo out of my art.
Can I, let's finish off the category, name of the game for 1,000.
Head on over to mmobomb.com, where that's where I actually get paid from, so definitely go visit that one. The sequel to this Nintendo DS Final Fantasy title eventually evolved into Bravely Default. Ooh. Stunned into silence. The sequel to this Nintendo DS Final Fantasy title eventually evolved into Bravely Default.
I don't want to say it wrong. That's because I think I know, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, you get it wrong, and you're in the negatives because it's worth 1,000. And time is up. Any guesses just on the fun side of things?
Is it like the 4 Warriors of Light or something like that, or something generic?
Empty says, "What is Minecraft?"
Warriors of Light? No.
Yeah. So 4 Words of Light. It is called Final Fantasy: The 4 Heroes of Light.
See, I would have got it wrong.
Yeah.
So good. I would have got it wrong. Cool.
I would have gotten that wrong too. I was just like, I know Bravely Default, but I didn't know that about that history. That's cool.
Yeah, they were developing the sequel, and then eventually it just got spun into a whole new thing and became Bravely Default. So I believe Ginger, it's still your board.
Okay.
Right? Wait,
yeah,
Ginger's. Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, you can do whatever. It's your show. Let's go. Calling all classes for 600.
Calling all classes for 600. The starting class for all characters in Final Fantasy III. Only one person buzzed in at all. Chronos, what do you got?
What is Onion Knight?
Yeah, buddy. It's What is the Onion Knight? Chronos picking up 600. Nice. Making it a game.
Audio issues.
I am getting audio issues.
I was too. I couldn't hear. So I was like,
are we done roboting now?
Yeah, you're still
you are,
a little bit.
All right. Go ahead, Chronos. You got it right.
I guess I'll take same category. For what is it, 8?
The class of Final Fantasy IX's Quina. Sorry, I didn't reset the buzzers. Go ahead. Chronos, go ahead.
What is a blue mage?
What is a blue mage is correct. You were the only one that buzzed in anyway. Chronos, you're bored, my friend.
I'll finish the category.
Finishing up calling all classes. As if RNG wasn't a big enough pain sometimes, this class used luck and dice for some of their better abilities. The Prime One himself. What do you got?
What is Gambler?
Yes, it is What is Gambler. I would have also accepted Corsair.
These
Ginger
Final Fantasy
Prime.
XI questions are cheating. I don't
Well,
like it.
it's
up.
also, but it's also
Setzer.
Setzer.
Yeah, Setzer was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
gambler.
I'm just
That's what I resonated with, and then I didn't even think about Corsair.
I actually thought it was Gambler, but I didn't want to. Again, I didn't want to get it wrong, so I didn't buzz.
Hey, Tark, let's test that buzzer. Go ahead and
Are
hit
you
that
not
buzzer.
getting that I've hit it?
Go ahead and hit. No, okay. I'm just making sure. We're still good. Making sure we're still good.
I'm
I haven't
waiting
heard.
for your audio to finish, and it feels like people are.
I haven't heard from you in a while. That's all.
I've been buzzing.
All right, Chronos. Who was that?
No, that
was
was
Ginger.
yeah.
Ginger, you're bored.
All right. Let's see here. I'm sorry. Like, I actually lost visual because I was using the categories. Can you?
You've
Let's
got
go
Masterful Pixels.
for
There you go.
200.
There you go. Yeah, you can leave the stream open. Just close the chat.
Yeah, I've got chat closed. I'm
purple
watching an ad.
This purple pixeled monstrosity somehow manages to live in freshwater despite being a saltwater-based creature. Just don't tease him. Tark!
Oh my god. Who is Ultros?
Oh my god,
we got it wrong.
I thought he was gonna whiff. It is Who is Ultros. The board is yours, Tark, with $400.
Let's go iconic baddies for 200.
Iconic baddies for 200. The One-Winged Angel. Tark.
Who is Sephiroth?
It is indeed Who is Sephiroth, cleaning up on the little 200 ones to climb back in the game. The board's yours again.
Iconic baddies for 400.
Oh, gonna stick with the date that brought you, huh? Just stick with the date that brought you. The first boss and the last boss of the first Final Fantasy. Tark!
Who is Garland or Chaos?
Oh, look at that. Garland will also accept Chaos. Oh, look at that. 400 for Tark. Putting him almost right back in this. Almost right back in this. Creeping up on them.
My buzzer's working.
Yeah, it is working. What question would you like, my friend?
Iconic baddies for 600.
Heir to the Arcadian Empire in Final Fantasy XII. Chronos.
It was Vayne.
Who is Vayne is, in fact, right for $600 for the Chronos one. What is a magic man? No, the empty mannequin, that is not right. That is not right. I am not heir to the Arcadian Empire. Chronos, you have taken the lead, but just slightly, so be careful, friend. What do you want?
We'll do same category, 800.
Iconic baddies for 800. Possessed by Ultimecia, this baddie isn't really the power-hungry sorceress that the cutscenes of Final Fantasy VIII make her out to be. Chronos.
Who is Adia?
Who is Sorceress Adia Kramer? Indeed. $800.
Real close.
5, 6, 7, 8 for Chronos. Expanding the lead a little bit. Do you want to just finish the category?
Yeah, we'll finish it.
From Final Fantasy XV, Arden's surname. Nobody. Chronos going to take a chance.
What is Calum?
It is not Calum.
Okay.
That's going to be negative $1,000. I'll reset the buzzers in case one of you wants to buzz in again. Final Fantasy XIV, Arden's surname. Calum is the middle name for Noctis, isn't it?
This is his last name, right? Noctis Lucius Calum.
Yeah.
But they're related.
You got 5 seconds if you want to buzz in. Then I'll just take friendly
I know what
guesses.
it is now. I'm upset.
I can't remember it.
Can I tell you after?
I couldn't pronounce it. I couldn't even.
All right, friendly guesses.
It's Azunia. Arden, because I just remembered the cutscene where he comes in and he puts his hat off. Yeah.
Izunia is the way
I was
he
thinking
introduces his surname.
like his real name because he's like related, but then no.
Yeah, the way he introduces himself with that surname. Chronos, the board is still yours though. You have fallen back, but you are still tied with Ginger and Tark. Not all that far behind you guys. Totally within striking distance.
Let's do limit breaks 200.
Limit breaks for 200. While they weren't called limit breaks yet, this is the Final Fantasy title that first introduced, spelled wrong, way to go, Mike, a desperation type attack. Ginger.
What is Final Fantasy VI?
It is Final Fantasy VI. No bonus points, but what were they called? Do you know?
Oh, gosh, like I want to say desperation attack, but it was
that's what they were called.
But I was like, you put it in the answer, and I was like, wait a minute, but
I just wanted to see if I could make you think were they called something else? The board is yours after picking up $200 to reclaim the lead. What is
building
Mystic
a fantasy
Quest?
for 200?
Building a fantasy. The year of Japanese release for the original Final Fantasy. Ginger.
What is 1983?
That is incorrect. That's going to be a negative $200 for you. Let me reset the buzzers. Chronos and Tark, you have a chance. Chronos buzzing in.
What is 1987?
It is 1987. $200 for Chronos, reclaiming the lead, but just barely. You're bored, Chronos.
I'll go 400, same category. Build a fantasy.
Building a fantasy? Okay.
Yeah.
Contrary to urban legends, this was Final Fantasy's planned name before finding out that the name was already used for a game book series. Chronos.
What is Final Fighting? Is that right? No, that's not right.
That is not correct. That is not correct. Chronos, I got to take 400 from you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ginger or Tark, you may buzz in if you want. Tark, trying to take it.
What is fighting fantasy?
It is fighting fantasy. Yes.
Yeah.
They really just wanted FF so that it could be abbreviated everywhere. So that's 400 for Tarkoth. All right, so we're a little over halfway through, gentlemen. We've got Ginger Prime in the lead at 2,600. Chronos right behind him at 2,400. And Tarkoth within an absolute striking distance. A simple $1,000 question will put him right back in the tie. I want everybody to breathe for a second. How you feeling, Ginger? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually learning some things, which is really fun.
Chronos, are you feeling better this time than when we had Happy on and we played?
I've still lost some own money to my own wrong answers, but I at least I didn't buzz in one time, which would have definitely lost me 1,000 more. So,
Tark, you got to be feeling good. Like you started slow, but then you started claiming all the 2s and 400s. Here's where it gets dangerous.
My buzzer was not working.
Here's where it starts to get dangerous, though. Because like any single one of these questions answered incorrectly can really just bounce you straight out of the game because of the dollar amounts we're talking about here. So be careful. Be careful. Tark, the board is yours.
Limit breaks for 400.
Limit breaks for 400. This limit break of heiresses or Aeriths healed your party for half of their maximum hit points. Chronos, you got the buzz, but I feel like even through the internet that you were like, I don't know if I should buzz or not. Like, I feel like you know this, but you're worried you might not know exactly how it's named.
Yeah.
What do you got?
What is Healing Wind?
You got it. No worries.
I was gonna for a minute. I was like, "Is it White Wind?" I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's Healing Wind." Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Chronos picks up 400. You have now reclaimed the lead, and the board is yours. Empty Mannequin. What is Pokemon is incorrect. Empty. You are about negative 6,500 now. If you were playing
That's
here,
impressive considering there's no odd amounts.
Right. Go ahead, Chronos.
I'll do the same thing for 600.
Limit breaks for 6.
Mm-hmm.
The name given to limit breaks in Final Fantasy X. Chronos.
What are overdrives?
They are, in fact, overdrives. 600 for Chronos. 5, 6. Chat can absolutely play too, newest girl. You don't get points or anything, but feel free to throw your answers in there. All of our contestants have chat closed on the stream, so they cannot cheat. Chronos, you're starting to pull away, but there's big dollar amounts on the board. Be careful. What do you got?
We'll do 800 limit breaks.
Limit breaks for 800. In Final Fantasy XI, the term limit break was used by players to describe quests that allowed your character to do this upon completion. If anybody didn't get this, Ginger, if you were not the one to buzz in and get this one, I would have been severely disappointed. What were we allowed to do with those limit break quests?
What is break your level cap?
Correct. Correct. I'll take it. Yeah. Level up beyond level 50. Yes. So Ginger picking up 800. Newest girl getting that one right in chat as well. Final Fantasy XI for the win. Ginger, the board is yours, tied up with Ginger with Chronos again.
I was legitimately about to say, like, I don't think the limit break category is my category because I'm just like I don't even man, I'm just like choking up on that one. Let's go Masterful Pixels for 400.
Masterful Pixels, which, by the way, I was so proud of that category name. I was like, that's a great category name with the Pixel remasters right now. I'm clever. Yeah. 400. Even in pixel form, the mustache and ponytail for this samurai from Doma is pretty damn majestic. Tark.
Ooh, a cyan.
Yeah, $400 for you. $400 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Creeping back in it. What do you got? What category do you want?
Masterful Pixels for 600.
Masterful Pixels. A mashup of yellow pixels. This was the first Final Fantasy to include our fine feathered friends. I just saw 3 faces of really unsure dudes right now.
I had to
but
think,
Chronos, you did buzz in.
What is Final Fantasy II?
Ooh, buddy, it's paying off for you today. $600 for Chronos.
I was so worried about it. I was like,
2 or 3. I knew it was 2 or 3. I had to think about.
Was 2 also Moogles?
Yes, I think so. I was
like, it was either 2 or I was between 2 and 3. I was like, oh my gosh.
Chronos, you pull ahead. Again, dangerous questions left. We have 3 1000s, 2 800s, and 1 600 left. Then, of course, we still had, that's right, Newest Girl 2 had beavers.
It did, actually, yeah. Guy could talk to them for some reason.
3 was Moogles, 2 had beavers. Chronos, the board's yours. 6 questions left.
Limit breaks for 1,000.
Limit breaks for 1,000. In this non-Final Fantasy Square Enix game, once Jack Russell masters all one-handed sword skills, he learns Volti Blast. When this gauge is filled, he slaps around enemies while shouting, "Limit Break." For 1,000. Nobody. Tark is just like, I ain't touching this.
Oh man, I have a guess, but I don't know if I don't want to risk 1,000.
I know a lot of Final Fantasy games that I can't even point. Like,
well, it's a non-Final Fantasy.
It's non-Final Fantasy.
I know a lot of
Square Enix game with the character Jack Russell.
I just like instinctively said Final Fantasy.
Let's screw it. We only live once.
Ginger's going for it.
What is the Braver?
It is not the Braver. That is minus 1,000 for Ginger Prime.
I have a guess, but I don't.
I'll reset the buzzers. The buzzers are reset in this non-Final Fantasy Square Enix game. Once Jack Russell masters all one-handed sword skills, he learns Volti Blast. When this gauge is filled, he slaps around enemies while shouting "Limit Break."
I'm gonna guess because Ginger guessed.
Oh, Chronos. Okay, Chronos going fair play. What do you got?
What is the bouncer?
It is not the bouncer. Okay. Chronos also losing 1,000, so really a wash between the two of them.
Actually,
hey, Tark,
I was thinking the bouncer when I said the Braver.
You want to take a shot at this one?
Nope. I'm gonna be good with them losing money.
Gonna be good with them. Infinite. It is Final Fantasy Jeopardy. Final Fantasy is in the question. Limit Break is in the question. It's a Square Enix title. It is certainly an homage to Final Fantasy. The game, by the way, for those of you that don't know, is Raideo Stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that game. Love that game.
Honestly, when you
said the name Jack Russell, I probably would have got it.
When you said the
Jack
Braver,
is the name of the character of Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't from there
but then I was like, no, he's the non-Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I said non-Final Fantasy.
That's a red herring.
Threads of Fate. That is not it, Prismine, but that is also a great game. Whose board was it? Chronos?
I think it's mine.
Yeah,
Chronos, your board.
We'll do Masterful Pixels for 1,000.
Oh, skipping 800.
Oh, hello.
He's kind of angry. He just lost $1,000 and he wants it back real quick. And he thinks he knows pixels. So the height in pixels of the character sprites used in the original NES Final Fantasy in battle. I had to say in battle because they used the minis on the world map. So I didn't want any confusion. The height in pixels of the character sprites used in the original NES Final Fantasy in battle. Nobody buzzing. Chronos backed off of this one. He was like, nah.
I know what's trying to count it in my head, but
Prime going for it. What is 6? No, it's not 6.
What is 32?
It is not 32. 32. Ginger Prime losing $1,000. Reset the buzzers. Tark, Chronos, if you want in.
I can't touch
I'll give
it.
you
I don't even have
5
like a
more
good
seconds.
guess
I want to
for
guess,
this
but I don't want to put money on it.
Okay, I will tell you that chat has guessed 10, 6, and 16, and all 3 of those are wrong.
Well, yeah, because I started thinking about like the bits, but then I was like, bits aren't representative for the pixels.
I was gonna guess 12.
If we're just guessing 24,
You're very close. It's 26. They're
yeah.
26 pixels high.
I was counting in my head when I was doing resolution scaling and stuff like that.
Empty Mannequin says, fine. What is 32,569? Yeah, TVs had a lot of resolution back then. A lot of resolution.
They were 620 or something like that. 600, yeah, so it's not much, but anyway. Fair.
Chronos, what do you got? 4 questions left.
You're building a fantasy for 1,000.
Gee, look at him. I think he's just like, you know what? Ginger keeps guessing these, so I'm just going to keep picking them. Ginger will guess, and I'll win. Within 5 kilobytes, the file size of the original Final Fantasy.
Oh,
You got to be kidding me.
It's the $1,000 question, and I'm giving you a leeway of 5 either way. Ginger going to take a shot at it. Chronos' strategy could be paying off.
He might know.
What is 24 kilobytes?
No, it's not. Ginger losing $1,000 down to 400. Tark or Chronos, you want in on this?
I have no clue like where to even start with the guess.
Guess on it.
I think 6 was like 3.6 megabytes.
The answer is 144 KB. 144. Okay. So we would have taken 139 to 149. Chronos, 3 questions left. You are in a commanding lead, but Tark is still within range. Within range.
Pixels 800.
Masterful Pixels for 800. Within $1. Currently, you can buy all 6 Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster games in a bundle on Steam for this price USD. Ginger Prime.
What is $79?
I'm going to pull up Steam here just to make sure, because I finished these yesterday, and I want to make sure that it is still the same price.
Went on sale today.
Right. What's your guess there?
I said, what is $79?
Within $1, that's not right.
Nuts.
No. Reset the buzzers. Tark, Chronos, want to stab at it? Nope. Oh, Chronos deciding to buzz in.
What is $72?
No, not within. No. So both of them are going to lose. Tark, you want a shot at this?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I purchased it way back. I don't know now.
Yeah,
the price right now is $74.82. That was the price when I did it, and it is still the price as of today. So Chronos and Ginger.
Can I guess again? What is too much?
That's funny.
Cheaper than you thought, says the newest girl. Chronos, 2 questions left. Ginger, you're in the negative, so you got to get one of these 2.
Okay.
So that we can get you back into Final Jeopardy. Tark, still in it, just hanging on to some money, making sure he makes Final Jeopardy. Chronos, 2 questions left. Building a fantasy. Do you want 6 or 800?
Let's do 8.
800. While based on a story by Hironobu Sakaguchi, the main scenario for the original Final Fantasy was actually written by this person. Dead silence.
Gosh, I think
I feel like I read this a week ago, and I forgot.
Empty Mannequin says, "What is Empty Mannequin?" So first off, that should be who is Empty Mannequin, but also wrong, but also incorrect. All right, looks like we're going to go to the last question then. The answer to this one, Ben, being Kenji Terada. Kenji Terada did the scenario writing. 600, building a fantasy. Last question. The number of total core team members eventually assigned to a team to develop the original Final Fantasy. Before you buzz in. Yes, there was Sakaguchi and 3 volunteers initially. That is not what I'm asking for. Eventually, a few more joined the team. What was that final number of primary developers? Ginger.
I'm going to guess 7. What is 7?
It is 7. It is 7.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, $800 does get you back into the positives So all three, without passing money around, will make and be able to play Final Jeopardy. That's a first in the history of the show.
He could technically win too.
He could technically win too. He could technically win.
I played this overly aggressive towards the end. I was like,
yeah,
right.
oh, you definitely
did what I did last time.
Yeah.
I did the same thing you did last time. I had I was within probably like 1,000 of happy, and then I just got like $3,000 questions wrong.
I hubrised.
Just kind of like his Phillies looking for a draft pick.
So here's what we do, gentlemen. Please get your pens and your paper. Actually, the first thing you will do in your text entry box in your buzzer panel, if you could lock in your wager. All you're going to do is type in that box. Type there. Your opponents cannot see it, but type in your wagers.
We're not going to get the...
Oh, the category's always the same. Sorry. Yeah. The category's always the same for us on... what the hell? Come on, show. Show. Oh, because I have to be on this slide. Never mind. That was me being dumb. Hide presenter view. Come on. Do math. From current slide. There you go.
Need those maths.
There you go. The category is always the same for Final Jeopardy on this show, and that is Final Fantasy XIV. Chronos has their wager locked in. Ginger has their wager locked in. Tark, go ahead and lock in a wager. Tark, go ahead and lock in a wager.
Oh, calm down.
All right. Get your pens and paper ready. I need to cue up my little music here. You will have 50 seconds to think about and enter the or write out your answer. Please write it as big as possible on the paper you have and as legibly as possible so that we can show it to the screen when it is time to reveal your answers. Where the hell is my... Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Okay. Here's your question, gentlemen. Why the hell did the board just go back? I hate this. What is going on? It feels so broken.
No.
Round 2.
No.
Limit breaks for 1,000, Magic Man.
What is Radiata Stories?
What is Radiata Stories? All right. Here you go. God, why are you doing this? It's like breaking on me. All right, here I'll go to this one. There you go. You should be able to see it now. These two primals planned for release in Final Fantasy XIV Version 1 were put on hold as a result of an earthquake and tsunami in Japan in 2011. You will have 50 seconds to write down your answers starting now. These two primals planned for release in Final Fantasy XIV Version 1 were put on hold as a result of an earthquake and tsunami in Japan in 2011. Medic betting all of their money. All of it.
Can I ask a follow-up on it or clarification?
No.
Okay.
No, you can. Go ahead.
Well, it's like I know definitely one, but the second one in that regards is like planned. Are you implying that they never actually showed up in 1.0?
No, I'm not implying that.
Okay, cool.
I'm implying that their plans did not go to fruition.
Yes.
These could have been removed, they could have been replaced, they could have been remolded, something.
Got it.
Who is Katy Perry and Ariana Grande is absolutely correct.
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
That crossover event, man. So sad that got canceled.
All right, Ginger Prime, you are at $400. I will just let the panel know that Ginger's wager was all this shit. I'm going to take that to mean the full 400.
Yes.
And if you want to go ahead and display your answer to the camera, what two primals do you have there? You've got what is Titan and Garuda? That is incorrect.
Oh no.
That's incorrect. So all that shit is indeed all of that shit.
Gone.
Womp womp.
Tark, you are next up with 1,800 in the bank. You have wagered 800 of it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
I put who is Ifrit and Titan.
That is also incorrect. Losing 800. Which, Chronos, you could still lose. You can still lose. Chronos, you got 2,200. You wagered 1,800.
Whoa.
So if he gets this wrong, Tark, you win. If he gets it right, then Chronos, you hold on and win. What do you got? Get that a little closer.
Leviathan and Titan.
Who are Leviathan and Titan. That is correct. Although it's not displaying the right slide.
Nice.
It didn't display the right slide. I don't know why.
I only remember it because it was very ironic.
Yeah, so Titan, it was a good question that you asked, because Titan was just shifted. Titan was just backed up, and they dumped Mog in Titan's place. And then Leviathan just kind of got bounced from the plans.
Like they had the Titan assets and all that stuff. Like
even
the cutscenes. That's what I remember seeing, and I was like, and then I thought they pushed Garuda to later, but yeah, that makes sense.
So that means, Chronos, you pick up 1,800, and you end up winning with $4,000. Tarkoth in second with 1, and Ginger just wagered all that shit. All that shit. All
go big
that
or go
shit.
home. I guess I'll go home.
I'm already there. Chronos, you have made it to the Tournament of Champions. It will be you and MrHappy. Ginger, I didn't want to tell you pre-show, but you are certainly welcome to take part in the final round with 2 other guests to try and win a spot in the finals.
Yeah, I'll play again.
Your opponents, barring schedule issues, I'm trying to make it all work for Rook and Sly to be your opponents.
That'd be a fun group.
To be your opponents. So
yeah, let me know if it works, because I'd be happy to have another shot at not sucking at Jeopardy.
Tark, you are unfortunately, Tark, you had a much better round this time than you did last time. Much better round this time, but still not quite enough. $1,000. How do you feel, Tark?
Much better than last time, definitely. Yeah. I'd like to thank my agent and my casting directors for giving me this opportunity. Appreciate it.
Casting directors? What the hell is your problem? Chronos, as the victor, any words for chat?
I can't believe you're going to snub Dave from competing in the next one, dude. I want to compete twice in the Tournament of Champions. Once as me, and once is Dave.
Once is Dave.
Maybe Dave will show up still.
With your Groucho Marx glasses on.
Feels like a
Maybe Dave will show up.
Dave doesn't need to play. Chronos is now in the Tournament of Champions. Of course,
Dave does.
Brian, thank you for joining us. It's always fun to have you stop by, whether we're talking Final Fantasy XIV or whether we're playing stupid games like this. How do you feel? I mean, it didn't pan out, but how do you feel?
I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I learned a few facts about Final Fantasy that I either didn't remember or, heck, now I can drop like 144 KB, at the next dinner party that I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't need that knowledge? I think everybody needs that knowledge. Gang, it's been fun. Hope you enjoyed the show. Of course, we're here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern for the Relic Grind, normally talking Final Fantasy XIV and all things Square Enix. So next week, we'll be talking about Strangers of Paradise now that we'll have had about a week and a half, 2 weeks in on it for the entire panel. So we'll have some more fleshed out thoughts on that. And of course, we'll have whatever we know leading up to the live letter on April 1st from the Final Fantasy XIV side of things. Don't miss our Gaming Gumbo gaming wrap-up show on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. I make it real easy. Go to ReadyCheckRadio.com. All the shows and all the socials are there. Follow, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Until next time, Tark, where can everybody find you?
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all at Tarkoth Gaming. Yay!
Chronos.
Yeah, same as always, just Twitter, complaining, as usual.
Ginger.
YouTube, Ginger Prime is the main one, but if you're more interested in my Final Fantasy coverage, I got Ginger JRPG now, so go check that out.
Nice.
Indeed. I'm Mike Byrne. You can follow me personally right there at MagicMan1, but more importantly, follow at RC Radio, RAIDEO, and you'll never miss any of our tweets anytime we go live with a podcast or one of our volunteer streamers playing all kinds of games from all over the internet. Until next time, gang, stay safe. We'll see you on the servers.